all right, so King of Fighters lore.
So King of Fighters lore. Okay, hit me up here because, as far as I know, in my mind, I'm thinking Terry Bogard is still the main character, but that's Fatal Fury. That's a whole different game.
Terry's the protagonist.
And then Kyo, oh my God, Kyo and Iori, they're actually from a different game. Is what you're telling me too. Like they're from.
Kyo and Iori are brand new for King of Fighters.
Okay.
So they're not from an old SNK game. They were introduced with King of Fighters.
But they're not the main characters this time.
Not this game.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
King of Fighters. The name of that tournament is actually what the tournament in Fatal Fury was called. Actually, I'm sorry. From the Art of Fighting, original frame, that was the King of Fighters tournament.
Gotcha.
That was what the name of their tournament. They just used that name for like this game. Yeah.
Okay.
So from 94 to 98, it's called the Orochi Saga. Basically, Kyo, Iori are from long distant clans of people that are meant to protect humanity from this being called Orochi, which is quoted as the will of Gaia, will of the earth, and Orochi's goal is to wipe out humanity. Because
you just hit me with so much anime just now, man.
Yeah, I'm not even close to done.
You just hit me with so much anime. All right.
Yeah. So their clan's goal was to keep Orochi sealed so he doesn't come and wipe out humanity.
So they're friends, what you're telling me?
No.
They're not friends.
They are hated enemies. They hate each other.
So okay, hold on.
This was long ago.
Do they both have the same goal, but they also hate each other? Is what you're telling me?
Yes. So like their clan's jobs long ago was to keep Orochi sealed, and through some shenanigans, Orochi's minions pitted those two clans against each other. Basically, they killed Iori's ancestors. Like one dude's like head lady, their matriarch killed her, and they blamed it on Kyo's clan.
Okay.
So they made these two people supposed to work together, hate each other, and they've had a generations rivalry. So Kyo is the next head of the Kusanagi clan, is our protag. Iori is the head of the Yagami clan. Okay. And they hate each other because of that family bloodline. And their goal, basically, the whole first series is about the Orochi's clan trying to revive Orochi.
Okay.
Which I'm not gonna get into every detail. Yeah,
let's skip that part because it's like, it's not. Is Orochi ever? Does he actually come back?
Yeah. So King of Fighters 98 is where Shermie, Chris, and Yashiro come in. That's the first time they're introduced.
Yeah.
You've seen them in this game.
Yeah.
They are what's called. There's the 8 heads of the Orochi or something like that. They are the Kekeshu, something like that.
How do you remember this shit, bro? Like,
I watched a lot of lore videos on KOF recently, actually, for this game. It's pretty interesting. Low key. So they pros down. They're a rock band. They're like pros. They determined there's a rock band. Turns out they work for Orochi, and their job is to use the fighting energy of the tournament to revive Orochi.
I feel like I've heard that nonsense before, man.
There's a lot of fighting energy to do evil stuff.
What is it? No, there was some other show that did the same thing. It's like they use the energy from the combat, store that up, and then use it to do some evil, whatever.
It's a fighting game classic.
Oh my god.
So basically, Kyo and Iori hate each other, but they work together to eventually defeat Iori. Chris, Shermie, Yashiro, that's the first game they appeared in was 98, and they died in that game. So they are canonically dead from the first game they appear in onwards. They're not in a different game until 2002.
Okay.
First saga. Okay, that's over. Then the second saga, the Ness saga, that's where K-Dash comes in.
K-Dash?
K-Dash.
Oh, K-Dash, okay.
K-Dash.
I know.
The K apostrophe.
The K apostrophe, but it's actually K-Dash. Okay.
So after they beat Orochi in 98, this evil organization called Ness, the Ness cartel, kidnaps Kyo and makes clones of him. They made 10,000 clones of Kyo.
I'm dead. Like this is no.
So what they did, how K-Dash gets involved here, they kidnapped Kyo, took his DNA and implanted it into K-Dash. K-Dash was a normal dude. He doesn't have fire. Normally, K-Dash does not have fire powers. He got kidnapped, and they implanted Kyo's DNA in him to give him his fire powers and made him like an agent for Ness and wiped his memories. Wiped his whole memories. So from 99 to like 2001 is dealing with the Ness cartel. They host the Ness cartel hosts King of Fighters tournament,
which is all EOS
to get fighting energy. Now they're still in fighting energy. We know what they're doing with fighting energy.
We're still in the fighting energy.
Now bringing back Orochi. They don't care about Orochi.
Okay.
They take the fighting energy and use it to power a space laser. And this space laser destroys a city. Yeah, Yeah.
Keep going. So space laser destroys city.
Use the space laser, destroy city. I'm not zero bad guy. Use it. Zero cannon, destroy city. He actually went rogue from Ness, but K-Dash defeats him. Last game of the series, 2001, K-Dash and his team, they go to the King of Fighters tournament again, and then they get kidnapped by the head of the Ness organization.
Which is more clones at this point.
Yeah, it's a lot of clone nonsense. And then they defeat him, and he tries to crash
Is this where we get like the demon versions of the characters because they're clones or whatever?
No, well, in 2002, there's like if you played KO 2002, there's like 4 Kyos. There's Kyo 1, 2, and 3, and there's a Kusanagi.
Those
are Kyo clones.
Okay.
So yeah, it's a bunch of clone nonsense in that game. Like
you get real anime, man.
If you've seen on the character selection, no one's played Cronin here, but Cronin in this game used to be called K49, and he was the strongest Kyo clone because he was K49. He was the 9,999th Kyo clone.
4 nines. Gotcha.
K49.
4 nines. Okay, understood.
He was crazy. So yeah, the Ness Saga is where we introduce K-Dash, Kula, Maxima, Whip, a lot of those characters from there. So after that nonsense is taken care of, K-Dash kind of just goes to the background. We don't really care about K-Dash anymore. He is not important. It's coming in, I want to say it's like 2003, 11, and 13. That's the Ash Crimson saga. So Ash
Crimson, okay.
Ash Crimson, as I said, dude, chuck a fireball. When the KO tournament returns for 2001, you remember, we're back to Orochi, so we're going to get back to Orochi nonsense.
Okay.
Orochi's group, the Hakeshu, they're like the Japanese branch of Orochi's team. Okay. There's a group called it's like Those from the Distant Land. You can call them like the Western branch. They're like, so they use time chop shenanigans. We're getting to time chop shenanigans, unfortunately, here.
Timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly. Okay.
Yep. So their leader, Psyche, creates a time portal to come to the future and host the to, again, get fighter energies, try to unleash Orochi. That's their goal. Actually,
I'm noticing a theme, dude.
Psyche's goal.
The King of Fighters tournament, from what I'm honestly understanding here,
every single time is a Ponzi.
It's just a bait.
Every single time.
Like every single time, it's just like we're gathering energy. It's like, I mean, I hope the belt for this is like amazing. Seriously.
So yeah, Ash comes. There's a whole bunch of nonsense. So Ash, when we introduce Ash, we don't think he's a hero. He's like doing bad guy stuff. So why they're called Team Sacred Treasures, Kyo, Yori, and Chizuru? Their clans to steal Orochi, they were given like sacred treasures that are used to give them their powers, and that helped them steal Orochi. Ash, and in the first game, knocks out Chizuru, takes her treasure. In his second game, at the end of the game, he knocks out Yori and takes his treasure. So if you ever play KOF 13 and you notice Yori doesn't use any fire powers, because Ash took his treasure, so he can't use fire powers.
So he can't use fire. He can't use any of his key powers or whatever. Okay.
So it turns out those from the past are games of the future to get fire energy, so they could unleash Orochi, and Psyche could take his powers and be like the ultimate god. Ash looks like he's working them because he's taking out all the heroes. He's taking out all of our heroes, right? Turns out he's Psyche's descendant. He was adopted by a family that Elizabeth came from.
Okay.
That in their whole thing, their Blanchard, what they call it, are basically like the Western equivalent of Kyo's clan. Like their goal is to stop those from the distant land. Like that's what they're trained to do. Yeah. And he's been raised by them to do the same thing. So he knew Psyche was coming somehow. They really don't explain how he knew what was happening.
Of course not.
But his plan all along was to take the treasure, get the power. When Psyche shows up, take Psyche's power and take him out. That was his plan. And that's why he's been doing all this shady knocking out our heroes and doing that stuff. So when Psyche appears in 13, he tries to absorb Psyche. Psyche takes over Ash. And you have to beat evil Psyche, and then Ash goes away. So as Psyche loses, he's trying to go back to his time portal. He's like, all right, I lost, I'll go back in time and I'll
redo it, yeah.
Ash stops him from leaving before the time portal closes.
Okay.
So by doing this, since Psyche can go back to the past, he's erased from existence. Ash, being Psyche's descendant, if Psyche never exists, Ash doesn't exist. So he fades from existence in everybody's memory. Like nobody remembers Ash Crimson. Only person who does is Elizabeth, because she like has vague memories of him. because they were so close, but like she really can't like put it all together. So he does this. But what that does, it created a time anomaly. And in that time anomaly, it messed up some multiversal energies.
Okay, multiversal energies.
Yeah.
So Shermie's back.
So not yet.
Not yet. Okay,
So
okay.
in KOF 14, the last game, they have a KOF tournament hosted by Antonov, the dude who just whooped my ass.
Yep.
Hosted by Antonov.
And we're gathering more energies.
No, actually,
Oh, no.
Antonov's on the up and up. This is he just wants a straight clean fight.
Okay.
Nothing suspicious. Nothing ill happens in 14 at all, except surprisingly, at the end of the KOF 14 tournament, this creature called Verse appears out of nowhere.
Verse.
Yes.
Okay.
Somehow the fighting energies mixed up, and Verse appears out of his little.
Timey-wimey fighting.
Yeah, I gave. Yeah.
So no. He's giving us the Puppy's over here interrupting. Puppy's like side commentating here. It's like, hold on.
Gizmo versus Gaimo.
Yeah.
Gizmo versus Gaimo. Wish granted.
Gizmo versus Gaimo. Okay. All right. Real quick round. So yeah, Verse appears. The winning team of KO 14, which I think was the Japan team of Kyo and Benimaru again, they beat Verse. Verse explodes. Verse was made up of a lot of the souls of the dead fighters that had died through all this tournament. So when Verse dies, all of those souls get released. So that's how Ash Crimson comes back to life.
Okay.
So everybody who has died, like Rugal, a lot of the villains who died, technically are probably back to life. Like so
when he dies, all the souls get released. I'm assuming Shermie's in there.
Shermie, Chris, and Yashiro, like I said, they died in '98.
Yeah,
they're back alive now.
Okay. So basically, every time someone dies, their soul just went to this guy.
Probably. I don't know. Multiverse announced. They didn't really get into it.
Okay.
But, yeah. So that's how those characters are alive that were dead.
That's interesting. Yeah. All right. Okay. Story time. Story time is officially over.
This is Loser Cinema. Is this 3 out of 5?
Yeah. This is. No, he's in losers.
I'm in losers finals.
So whoever wins this, yeah, it's just yeah. Okay.
Second time.
Yeah, we got the bracket up on this side, so.
And I'm in it. I remember.
And you're in it. Exactly.
I remember.
It's like, wait a minute. That's not how this works. All right.
So yeah.
All right.
That is KOF lore in a nutshell. There's more details there that you can get into, but that's the main plot points.
I'm assuming there's like people getting thrown in volcanoes here somewhere because
KOF is absolutely insane. Yes.
We gotta legitly bring in the oh my god, what clan is it in Tekken that loves to throw people in volcanoes?
Oh, you're talking the Mishimas.
Mishima, that's what it is.
Yeah, Kazuya, Hiachi, all that nonsense.
It's like I was waiting for you to mention a volcano in the middle of somewhere,
no volcanoes.
Just messing with the multiverse and timey-wimey nonsense. Souls being returned to bodies even though they've been dead for 10 years.